Okay, this is part two. So sorry about that. Usually when my husband appears at my door, it means he needs my help. And he has been having some issues lately. So I do apologise for stopping. However, he didn't have any problem. He just wanted to give me a hug and tell me how much he loved me. So who can say no to that? So thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so we've got one more card and then my lovely project, which I was introduced to at a recent crafty get together. So this is using the same paper. What was it called again? Winter Meadow. Now there is a whole suite of Winter Meadow products, but I'm really not a leaves kind of girl. I do love the autumn leaves, as you can see from my photo of my. In fact, I can't believe the leaves are still there. It's supposed to get really windy tonight. It has been windy-ish, but they're beautiful. Right, anyway, sorry, back to the cards. So this is Misty Moonlight, and it's a gatefold card. Again, the inside is designer series paper, and I just think it's beautiful. As it says, Christmas classic. Now on this one I just used a regular circle, but on this one this was, oh, I didn't realise it had that on there. I was obviously playing around. I might use that actually. This is a new set which came out for World Card Making Day, and it's the Heartfelt Hexagon, and there's a stamp set and matching punch. And in fact, the stamp set is perfect because I will be using it for an anniversary card for somebody who got married last December. So hello, Mr. Magpie. Okay, so let's get started. I think I've got everything we need. I can't wait to do the third project. So one of the sheets is this. So this is Misty Moonlight, beautiful. But on the back, it's kind of like a grey wash. And if you wrote on that, it would show through. So I'm forever not getting through my designer series paper because I buy far too much. Who doesn't? Hoard it. I don't hoard it. Kylie Bertucci. I don't. I use it. I do chop it. There's a movement called Love It, Chop It, because a lot of people do buy designer series paper and then never use it. But I am trying to. I have to say I have got a cupboard full of retired. I need to do a mystery box special for that. And then this one is the river. Now that is beautiful, but that's going on the front. No, it's not. That's going on the front, but you won't see it. So I'm going to just use the Misty Moonlight side. It's kind of like snowy icicles and things like that. So let's pop that on the front. Now, I haven't given you the measurements on. I'm going to need to measure it. Let me just pop this on. Now I've got half the glue on it. Okay, so it is, I'm assuming it's, I've got my 12-inch ruler. Yeah, it's the usual 29.6 by 10.5, and then it's scored at 7.4 and 22.1 to get the gatefold. Okay. I love that. I just got it recently. It's really handy. Now that is a little strip to match, which I thought, which way up does it go? Yeah, which I thought I'd put along the inside just for a little bit of colour. And that designer series paper has been cut to 13.5 by, I would think, 10. Yes. And then this is literally a centimetre. It's going to be tricky to get this on. Let's get some wet glue. I think this one might be just about at the end of it. I've got another one out, but just want to use it all up. Tweezers. I think it's going that way. I just thought it'd be nice to have a little bit of the blue on the inside and the green. It's sort of like shaded spruce, the green, I think. Beautiful. Love it. Just ordered some more actually because I don't have any left. If you watched last week, you saw I had to use garden green instead of shaded spruce. I'm not a garden green fan. It's really weird. I just don't know why. I think it's okay in small doses in a garden, but there are some much nicer greens to use. Okay. So it's, although it's a blue, it's kind of a grey blue. Then we've got a piece of basic white, and it's regular basic, not the thick. And this is 9 by 13.5. And the designer series paper is 8.5 by 13. So I'm just gonna, that's one of the little bits stuck to my, pop that on there. Beautiful blue on the back there. The designer series paper. So there's a few layers to this, but it's really quite straightforward. I'm just going to pop that on the there we go. And which way should I think I'll have the, I don't know, I don't think it matters actually. Oh, something in here, mosquito or something. Oh, what is that? Go away. Don't want you in here. Okay. So you're going to get to see a little fraction of the designer series paper. So I just need to mark with my pencil. So I've just marked there so that I can go up to there with my glue. Now I want to stay this on, make sure this stays on. So I'm going to use Seal Plus. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? And then there you've got it inside. Okay. Now the ribbon. Oh, didn't do the ribbon. Didn't do the ribbon. Quick, quick, quick. Right, where's my spatula? Where's my spatula, spatula, spatula? I'm now the proud owner of 6 pick-me-up tools. Pick-me-up? Big-up tools. I don't know what they're called. So I just want to get the designer series paper up. And I only used seal on this. Or did I? Just the edges so I can get the ribbon underneath. Ooh, this is the first time I've used a spatula. It's very handy. Very good. Right, okay. So my ribbon, I did use this last time, but it's very wide. And my hexagon, oh, actually, that's okay. So all I'm going to do this time is go underneath. So I just want to have enough. And I'm going to cut this bit straight as well to make it easier to tuck it under. Right, tweezers at the ready. So I'm just guesstimating the middle because you saw I made a mistake and didn't put it down first. So let's see if that'll stick back down. Yes, lovely. And then that needs to come over here. Okay, that's a little bit on the long side now. Okay, I'm going to hold that open and tuck that underneath. Okay, it's a bit fiddly, but it saves me having to waste any, you know, rip the designer series paper off the basic white and start again. So you can usually, in crafting, there's usually a way of fixing most things. And if it's ink, you just put an embellishment over it and then it's a happy accident. Okay, I just need a little bit of glue there. To keep that down. Excellent. Aha, sorted. And then we'll tie bow in a second. So, right, thank you very much, Mr. Spatula. You're a bit, I'm going to need to clean you because you've got all glue on you. There's that. And then I just need to tie a bow. So let's do the bow. I'm trying to get hold of it to cut it. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's, I won't be using that for the next card. It's too fine. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp, and I'm using the Brightest Glow. And what did I use now? All is merry and bright. Let your heart be light. 'Tis the season. What should we use? How about Let Your Heart Be Light? I quite like that, actually. I hadn't realised, I hadn't seen that before. I quite like that. Now, I was going to stamp in Pebble Path, but actually I'm going to do Misty Moonlight, and then it will match with the rest of the... I think that might be... Yeah, it's Blueberry Bushel, which is nice and bright. But, no. I've got so much stuff in front of my ink pads. If I touch anything, it'll go flying. Oh, come on, open. It's not the ink pad, it's my hands. I'm obviously allergic to something I've used, and the skin's literally peeled off. It's really painful. Right, so Let Your Heart Be Light. Oh, that's lovely. And I'm just going to line, so the hexagon, I'm just lining it up with what I'm going to do, actually show you, get my ruler and just draw down one of these lines, because I haven't got the grid with the cross in the middle, which is actually very handy. That's the regular grid paper. So I can now line up there and just give it another bit of stamp. Let your heart be light. That's lovely. Okay. Don't need my ribbon scissors at the moment. I do need dimensionals. Now I've got that strip of... What have I done with it? I truly am a nightmare for getting stuff out. There it is. It's the foam, just the foam sheets. I'm just going to cut a square or a rectangle. I think it's more of a rectangle. Pop it across. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the middle because I want to. And that will hold the ribbon down at the same time. And I'm going to pop my bow, whereas on this one I had it that to the right and that to the left, I'm going to put this at the side like that. So for that I'm going to use glue dots. And I'm actually going to put one underneath to hold the ribbon down. Okay. Okay, so how's that? Which do you prefer? Circle, and it's different designer series paper, so that does make a difference. And I actually think I like that one better. Hey ho. Right, there we go. Those are the 2 cards. And don't forget, if you spend in my online store, you can buy anything, adhesive, cardstock, doesn't have to be what I'm using. And then I will send you everything to make 2 each of the cards. 2 each of this. Right. So when I went to this recent crafty get together for the bigger team that I'm in, this was Patricia Boxer's project, and I absolutely loved it. So I wanted to share it with you. Now, I'm not using what she's used. She used it. Deary me. She used, I don't know if it's part of the how. It would be easier to look, wouldn't it, really? So it's part of the crisp. Oh, look, there's the designer series paper that we use. Oh, it was the designer series paper that goes with. So the set is Winter Meadow, and there are matching stamps and dies, but they didn't do anything. The paper is gorgeous, and that is gorgeous as well. Right, now the Christmas classics, I'm not sure if it, oh, it is. Okay, so it's this, the sweet is Joy of Christmas, which includes Joy of Noel, which is the stamp set and dies that have the Noel in, and then the Christmas classics bundle, which is the dies that I've got. And as I said to you, those fonts don't do anything to me, so I don't get that. But I don't have the set. The designer series paper she's used, I do have, and I think we've already used it. It's the Joy of Christmas. Actually, I don't think we have used it because I've got rather a lot of it, so I better start using that. Anyway, that was the one that we made at the crafty day. Now I wanted to make it using this paper, so here's what we've made. Oh, I so love this. And I used for you, and I've used my Christmas classics, and that's what I was saying to you about cutting the what are they called, the berries, and I've used the twine. It's stronger and thinner. That's very fine. So and wait for it. I hope you're a chocoholic. There you go. This is from Aldi. Now you can resize it. I haven't done it but I have got a green and blacks, which is smaller. So all you would need to do is just make your card base and your box a little bit smaller, depending on the size of your chocolate. I just think it's so cool, and it kind of looks like a book to me, which, you know, you can't go wrong with a book. I just realized on Pat's one we rounded the corners, so maybe we'll do that on this one, using my trusty rounder. Okay, now this is Blueberry Bushel. Again, it was an in colour. So all the returning colours that are now core colours were at one stage in colours. That's mine. I need to get those out in a minute. So what I've done, and I will give you the measurements in a minute. So you need 2 pieces of card stock. That is to make your box, which I haven't done, and that is to make your little book. Now the measurements are, so to make your book, it's 14 by 12.7, and then on the long side it's scored at 6.3 and 7.6 to get your spine, your book spine. That's it. That's all you need that for. Okay, so I've done that already. This is to make your box, and I wanted to do this with you. So this is 7.6 centimeters by oh come on, stop moving around, by 13.3. And then we're going to score it, and I've got my, where's it gone? Got my Simply Scored tool. Get rid of those. I don't want to lose those. I've probably lost everything already by taking it out of the pack. Let's be careful not to lose all of those. There we go. And I need another pick tool with my scorer on. There we go. Okay, now this is where I need my instructions. Oh gosh, I'm throwing everything on the floor. must be time for a cup of tea. Okay, so what I've done here is, you can't see that, can you? Right, let's move these out of the way. And then I can move over a bit. Okay, hopefully you can see that now. I just need it up there because of the edge of the desk. Okay, so I'm going to score it at, what am I going to score it at? 7/16, which I'm not sure I have on this. This is inches because that's what Pat did. Right, I've got, no, I haven't. I'm going to have to use my, oh, I didn't realise that's on here. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, it's not. Okay, I'm going to use my trimmer because that has the 16ths on it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. So here, if you count between the 1 and 2, the longer ones are the 1/8 of an inch and the shorter ones are the 16ths. And what does she say? I want 7/16. So that's going to be 2, 3, 5, 6. So it's 1 before 1/2 an inch. Is that right? 1 before 1/2 an inch. I'm going to do it down this end because this is where I always score, and I can't work it out when I do it in a different place. Sorry. Hopefully, let me push that right up. Then you should be able to. Yeah, you should be able to see it then. So what do I want? 7 on all 4 sides at 7/16. What did I say? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 before 1/2 an inch. There. Okay. Oh, I should be using my scoring tool. It's probably more sensible. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that can come out of the way now. That's all you need. So all you're doing with this is a little bit of scoring and a little bit of cutting, and then gluing your designer series paper to it. So I'm just going to go up here to make these flaps. I'm just going to trim a little bit off to make it easier to put it together. Okay, so I'm going to get my bone folder. I should have done this before I cut them, just to give a really good crease. I've made just a couple of little changes to Pat's. She did a complete box of the designer series paper to fit inside, and I just felt there was too much and also a waste of good designer series paper because you really don't see the sides. You kind of only see the bottom when you take the chocolate out. Let me show you one. So she did oh no, that's the one I made. So yeah, she did a box that went right up. The other thing she did is the box goes literally beyond the crease. So I found it hard to close, and the designer series paper went right the way round. I've made that slightly shallower, as you can see, like literally a 1/16 of an inch. And I'm just using the designer series paper, and then I've done front and back and spine because I just thought it looked better. Now with this one, I put the designer series paper over the ribbon, but it's left a bump, so we're going to put it over the ribbon over the top. Okay, so I just need some seal because I don't want, you could use tear and tape, you could use Tombow, whatever glue of your choice, but you do want a strong one because it is a box, so you want it to stay. And I just need to go over the edge of that one. Need a bit on the other side. That's it. Again, gone over the edge. It's just such a little flap, it's quite easy to go over. And line that up. And that one's gone over just a fraction. And line that up. There we go. Need a bit more on this one. That one's okay. Okay, and then I will be using wet glue in a second. Right, so there you've got your box. Just going to go over it with inside with my bone folder, make sure there's a good adhesive. Okay, so what you do now is then you take your little box and you line it up and you pop it in. But what I'm going to do first is a couple of little things. I'm going to round the corners. This is a very old one. You can get them from anywhere, Amazon, Hobbycraft. I'm going to do all four sides. All four corners, sorry, not all four sides. Okay, that's that. And then my designer series papers. So that's my little label. I've got to remember where I got the For You from now. Oh, goodness me. I'll find it in a minute. It's somewhere. So I've got 4 pieces of designer series paper. That's my spine. And then I've got 2 bits the same, which are front and back. I thought they joined, but I think I must have done top to bottom. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm going to have the one with the more flowers at the front and that one at the back. And then this one goes inside the little tray, which is where the chocolate is going to be. Okay, so I've cut it slightly shorter. Just to make sure it fits properly. Okay, and I'm going to put all the, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the spine on first. I'm actually going to use wet glue for this because it just gives me a chance to maneuver. And I've got a relatively new Tombow, so okay, here we go. It's quite juicy, so I'm just going to go down the middle and hopefully it will spread out, and then I can, if I need to fill any gaps, I can do. Okay, and then all I've got to do is line up my other papers. What I'm going to do now is put my twine round. So my twine, have I said how much twine I needed? No, I haven't. But if I work it out, so how much have I got coming out of here? Ruler. Okay, this is 7.5 inches. So that'll be 7.5 inches. I just need to make sure I've got 7.5 inches to start with. So that's there. So that needs to be, or 7 it'll be, my overhanging piece, right? So that makes sense there. And it's going to go right round. Hold that as it needs to be. Let's pop the tray in to check the... Right, and I'm going to cut a bit extra just to be safe. Okay. So, right. I think I will put the tray in actually because it's easier for the ribbon. I'm going to have it that way up. So I'm just going to pop wet glue on the base and the side that's going to be attached to the spine. But first I'm going to put it on the base. And as I said, I used wet glue because it would give me an opportunity to maneuver it. That's okay. I think that's okay. And then this one. Right, okay, now I'm going to put it on the spine. And just go over that with my... Now, unfortunately, you know, when I usually make a bag or a box, I use my pegs, but I can't use my pegs in this situation because there's nothing for the pegs to grab hold of. So I'm just giving it a good run over with the bone folder. Make sure it's stuck. Let's curl that backwards. Okay, there's a bit of excess there, so let's just wipe that on the silicone mat. Just not sticking out the top there, I'm not quite sure why. I'm just going to wait for a second, try and get it to hold. Okay, so we've got the spine on. Now we need to put the ribbon on. So I'm going to just hold that together and loop that through. So it was 7, so it needs to be, no, it's not 7. I was doing it from the wrong end. It's 5, so it needs to be 2.5, the ribbon. Let's just put a pencil mark there. And I'm just going to put a couple of glue dots because they're going to be underneath the designer series paper, but it will help it to stay in place. So that's the front. There we go. So what I'm going to do, so this time on this one I went underneath, and this time I'm going to go over the designer series paper. So I'm just going to pop my front designer series paper on, which I said was going to be the one with the more blue. And I'm going to use Seal Plus. I'm just going to corner because otherwise it's going to look funny. Oh. Right, so now my ribbon is held in place on the front. Where's my chocolate bar? When you put the chocolate in, it really kind of gives it a bit of stability. Okay, so same thing. Going to use a couple of glue dots. Just need the one actually that time. And which is the top and which is the bottom. So that's going to be, that side needs the, I couldn't work it out for a minute. I don't know what, since I started looking after my husband, I don't know my left from my right. I think it's because I'm always looking at him when he's mirroring me. So it's my right, but it's not. Does that make sense? He's opposite me, so it's his left. Anyway, I get really confused now. I never used to. Either that or I'm just getting old. Right, let's put this on. Give me time to move it because I didn't have time to move that other bit. Okay, I'm going to need a bit more there. You don't want to put too much wet glue on because it kind of makes the paper soggy. And I should have done that with the front lined up with the spine. There we go. Just going to tie this. I'm doing it the wrong angle. Tie this in a bow. This is quite stiff, so which is what you want when you're doing a project like this, but tying bows with it is not the easiest. Okay, I just need to trim some of that. Right, so now I need this little tag. I wanted to do the for you because some people, Christmas is not a happy time. One of my brothers is like that. So I don't want to be saying happy Christmas to him all the time because he's not happy. But if I just say for you, then he appreciates that. So which stamp set did I use for that? If only I wrote things down. Which I didn't. Okay. I've got to find it for you. Maybe it was one of the new ones. Yes, it was. Whoopee! It's the heartfelt hexagon. For you. Perfect. And I did do that in oh, I didn't clean that one and put that one away. Let's do that. That's brightest glow. That can go in a minute. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to brave it. I'm going to try and get my blueberry bushel out without sending absolutely everything flying. Yay, I've got it. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. So this is quite a big for you, and obviously on that one I stamped it and then die cut it, so we're just going to have a hope that I can fit it in. Yes, perfect. It's looking very dark, but when it dries it will get a bit cleaner. It will get a bit lighter. Oh, although it's a really deep, I think that's why it's in the Regals family. Right, let's just pop that away so I don't lose it. This is the one I was telling about, heartfelt hexagon. So Mr. and Mrs. Symphony, so weddings, funerals, anything basically. but that's perfect for what I want it for. Now, where are my dies? Okay, where are you? Come on. Right, so with this one, see if I can find out how to get into this, for goodness sake. So I've just got a couple of the leaves. Where's my bit of paper gone with the, oh, that's it there with the, and there's one there. Okay. Right, what I did do, and I've just realised I haven't, where's my stencil? I'm going to lose this. Right, what I did was I actually ran this one through in shaded spruce, but as I said to you, I don't have any shaded spruce left. I've just put an order in, but it's not going to be here till goodness knows when. But I have got some that I previously die cut, which is like the holly leaves. So I'm just going to use those for now. But what I did do was I literally cut this in shaded spruce, and then I just trimmed off the edge and the sides and put them together. But I unfortunately don't have any shaded spruce, and I don't want to use a different colour because it would really spoil it. So I've got some holly leaves. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 might be enough. We'll give it a go. I've got 4, so if I need... these are the little medium envelopes, clear envelopes that I use to protect my cards. But if you die cut stuff and you have stuff left over, they're really handy. That's my ribbon scissors. Don't need those anymore. Let's go back in there. Okay, we're nearly done. I just need to pop my leaves. So we'll do 1. That's it. I'm going to do it like 1. Hang on. I'm just playing around, but I know we haven't got time for that. So let's bring it up to where the middle is, which is the ribbon. 1, 2, and that one 3. Now that is back to front, but it's the only way I can get it to go that way. And then that will go over the top there. So that's fine with me. I'm just going to use glue dots for speed. And 2. Okay, so we've got 1 going upwards, 1 going to the right. I think I need another glue dot. And 1 going downwards. Whoa, stuck to my finger. Okay, like that. And then that can go on there with dimensionals. Now, last time I had it in the middle, but it'll cover the... So I'm just going to get a little bit of the... foam adhesive sheets. Cut a thin strip off. Okay, there we go. And then for you, right now I might just need a little bit of glue to hold those leaves in place. 1, 2. We want to stay down. Come on, stay. 2, and the last one. There we go. I moved that leaf because it was just sticking up, so now that's moved, but that's okay. You get the gist of it. I just need to reposition that. It should just peel off. Okay. There we go. Now I've got my blueberry bushel berries, which I die cut onto the adhesive sheets, and I'm just going to place them one there, and one there. And if I can get to this one, and the third one. The backing's come off and it's stuck to the sheet. There we go. Three. I have to say I love this. Thanks, Pat, for sharing it with us. I'm going to be doing loads of these for people at Christmas. So I did put some gems on there, but I really hope you enjoyed that today. So let's get rid of this rubbish. I've got a spare leaf left. So we've got two books. The third one, which was done with the different set, and then we've got the 2 Misty Moonlight cards and the 2 Lost Lagoon cards. So I'd love to know which you like best. And also, if you don't forget, if you spend £30 in my online store, you will get this kit to go for free if you spend by midnight on Tuesday. I'll send you everything except the sentiments. I can't send you any stamped images, but all the die cuts, the designer series paper. As for the book, I will send you everything you need for that as well, including the school lines and a tutorial. So thanks for watching me. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and that Storm Kieran doesn't cause too much damage. Thanks for watching. Bye.